Just into us tonight, we begin with that new view of the UPS jet crash. The giant MD-11 appearing on your screen and full of fuel to fly to Hawaii, crashes in a ball of flames. Now watch the lower right of your screen. You will see people running right out of the Grade Lane tire store for their safety. We are also putting it for you now into slow motion. Again, this video given to us by the driver, Anela Hadzik. She was driving by, the time on her recording, 5:13 p.m. yesterday. Just one more terrifying view of Louisville's UPS disaster.
Go home and hug your kids. Go home and hug your loved ones tonight. Go hug your neighbors. This hurts.
Also news tonight, you are hearing the words of Congressman Morgan McGarvey. We are also seeing the first video of inside the destruction zone after the UPS jet crash. This walking tour today of top leaders recorded by Metro government. The day after, car and truck parts from businesses still smoldering right here, destroyed with twisted metal. The Okolona Fire Chief Mark Little today vividly describing what he saw.
Some of that debris is going to have to be moved and searched underneath. So it will take us quite a while. With the intense fire that was there, most of things are gone. So including some of the vehicles, the semis, and the plane. We'll be out there. We're planning to be there for at least a week or longer.
Now we do want to show you brand new video for you tonight showing the immediate aftermath of the UPS jet crash. We do want to warn you, this is devastating to watch.
I was here. Did everybody make it out? No. What do you mean, no? No!
The heart-wrenching back and forth, did everybody get out? You heard the answer, no. This business, Grade A Auto Parts and Recycling on Melton Avenue. You can see the flames and the smoke coming right there from the building. And our coverage continues, and it is all new for you tonight. Hello, everybody, and thank you very much for joining us. I'm Doug Proffitt. Here's what we know at this late hour. 12 people are dead. The mayor revealing that at 5 tonight as he came to WHAS, and now a child is among the victims. With 16 people reported missing, the governor says the number of dead is expected to rise. The airport has reopened to one runway, and the shelter in place is now a quarter-of-a-mile radius around the airport. NTSB investigators arrived in Louisville this morning, and here's what the mayor told us at 5 o'clock.
Just briefly ago, the governor, congressman, and I got some updated information, and I can now confirm that there are 12 fatalities to confirm. We believe that 3 of them are likely the crew, and then 9 others, all of whom those 9 are unidentified at this point in time. We're certainly all praying that they have found all of the bodies, but with what we saw, it would not surprise me if there are even more confirmed fatalities as a result of this.
And with that, it's going to be a long week ahead for us all. Tonight, for the first time, we are hearing from the UPS CEO, Carol Tomei, saying, quote, incredibly grateful to our team in Louisville for their grace and professionalism. We are not alone in this moment, and from the notes I've received from around the world, I know that solidarity and empathy are powerful forces in healing. United, we are strong. From the UPS CEO tonight. Now to our team coverage for you tonight. Alex Dieterer and Jose Alonso are live. Focus investigator Travis Breeze coming along with a closer look at the plane that crashed and its maintenance records. But first, we join Jose and photojournalist Levi Hammer. They are downtown live on 4th Street. And Jose, you have found one large sign of unity tonight.
Doug, that's right. I mean, this fiery crash is still at the top of many Louisvillians' mind, to the point that we see this sign right here behind me at the Palace Theater that says Louisville Strong. So again, it's on the top of minds of many out here, especially out here in downtown Louisville. We also spoke with the father and son who witnessed the fiery crash just feet away from them, and they shared a new video and opened up about witnessing and everything, the chaos that unfolded right afterwards.
Whoa! A new angle we haven't seen until now. The terrifying explosion after a UPS cargo airplane crashes just feet away from Smith Chassis and Metalworks, a custom fabrication shop.
Just crazy how massive it was.
Wyatt Smith began recording once he and his father, Brandon Smith, heard a big boom while working at their shop.
Almost like an earthquake shook the building. Power went out, and as power went out, we went to the door, and that's when we saw the big explosion. The flame, ball of fire smoke.
The Smiths captured the ball of flame through pictures and the bright flames that burned from sunset into nightfall. But Wyatt says the situation got graphic.
I had a guy that came up to the shop and needed to be hosed off because he was severely burnt. Like, all of his clothes, I still have the clothes at the shop on the ground, but all of his clothes were burnt off.
Within the first 24 hours since the airplane exploded, several routes that lead into the scene like Crittenden Drive or even Grade Lane remained closed to the public. But the Smiths were able to get back inside their shop earlier in the morning and shared several pictures of the devastating aftermath.
So we were able to get in there, get some stuff. We kind of went down the street to kind of look and see as much as we could. And it was just basically everything burnt as far as you could see where the impact was.
You kind of look at that and you're like, damn, that's a lot gone. You know, those people are gone and you can't do anything about it.
It was a close call for the Smiths, but they don't know when they can reopen shop. They're more focused on who will be held responsible.
Well, I hope UPS would take care of everyone, you know, that was affected by this, the businesses, the people, you know, all the funeral costs and things like that.
The Smiths told me that, of course, this has always been on the back of their mind since they're located just south of the airport. They just didn't think this would actually happen. And we're also learning that Teamsters Local 89, that's a union here in Louisville, they're planning on hosting a candlelit vigil for those who lost their lives or were injured during that impact during the explosion. That's going to be held tomorrow night at 5 o'clock at their union hall. Doug?
Well, Jose, you mentioned certainly that they are startled like so many of us in Louisville, the first major air disaster we've had in this city. So the shop is closed, and are they seeing any outreach? Customers or just pure strangers looking to help them out? What did you hear from them, Jose?
When I was talking with the Smiths, Doug, they haven't gotten any specific outreach from customers or anything like that yet, other than more from family, giving those or making those calls to them. Wyatt was telling me his phone was blowing up right afterwards, just talking about how everyone was calling, wanting to make sure that they were okay and safe. But as far as the rest of it, haven't heard anything from customers at this moment. But as they do get to the cleanup and the aftermath, they are willing to let us follow them into there to see what exactly is going on. Reporting live in downtown Louisville, Jose Alonso, WHAS 11 Night Team on your side.
Jose, thank you very much. With Louisville Strong right behind him there on the Grand Palace Theater downtown tonight. Well, earlier this evening, 3rd District Congressman Morgan McGarvey came to WHAS 11 News straight from a news conference with the mayor to appear on our live newscast. McGarvey, born and raised in Louisville, talked about our healing ahead.
No, it's awful. I mean, it's just awful. 12 people have already lost their lives. You know, and the devastation's there. This is going to rock this community for a while. I mean, you know how tight-knit we are as Louisvillians. Everybody asks, when they say, what school did you go to, they mean high school.
You went to Manual?
Yeah, I went to Manual High School. You know, people know, and we all are going to know someone impacted by this tragedy. And that, just like the old National Bank shooting, I think still hurts this.
Morgan McGarvey there with us tonight. Let's join WHAS 11 Night Team's Alex Dieterer. She is live at the airport right now, continuing our coverage. Alex?
Well, Doug, the airport right now is a lot different than when we were here just 24 hours ago last night. There's a line of cars that are waiting at the arrivals, waiting for their loved ones, people with their luggage coming out. And we've seen so many planes take to the tarmac tonight, and we've just watched a couple of them actually take off here at this 11 o'clock hour. But that only remains one runway that is open right now. The other is obviously closed for the National Transportation Safety Board's investigation, and we actually got to hear from them for the first time today.
It is a tough day for Louisville, for Kentucky.
The crash debris field a half-mile long. This video captured by Metro government shows areas south of the Louisville airport reduced to metal debris.
We do not expect to find anyone else alive in the area.
The early afternoon tour as city and state leaders trek through what's left behind.
It's like a scene out of a Terminator movie. It is burned and mangled wreckage beyond anything I've ever seen. The smells, the sights, These are things that are not going to escape us when we close our eyes tonight.
Hours after this UPS cargo plane crashed, we're now learning what led up to the devastation.
Is being a Kentuckian myself, and I know what a great community this is, how impactful those people that suffered and have died are.
Todd Inman with the National Transportation Safety Board says after being cleared for takeoff, the left wing of the plane caught fire. While the plane gained enough height to clear the fence at the end of the runway, it hit the two nearby businesses and went up in flames. WHAS11's Reed Yaden shares his insight as an aviation expert.
38,000 gallons of Jet A burning all at the same time, instantly, uncontrolled.
The left engine detached from the plane, seen here along the airport runway. While investigators searched the charred debris field, they found the plane's black box, a key to figuring out what went wrong.
Luckily, they were not in a post-impact fire for multiple days or on the bottom of the ocean. So while the fire may have been intense, it is built to withstand that.
There's the cockpit voice recorder. That's been around for years. Multiple microphones in the cockpit, picks up every word that's said in the cockpit. But there's also data recordings going on from literally thousands of data points all over that aircraft. And that data is being recorded every second.
As we continue to learn more from the investigation, the haunting images are a reminder of what was lost.
The images of yesterday may fade in people's minds over time, but the trauma that these families that have lost somebody yesterday are going through is going to last for years.
And now, just as a reminder, the NTSB investigators have not even been here for 24 hours yet. They arrived this morning, all of this in their preliminary investigation, what they can share with us right now. And what they did tell us is that 28 investigators are going to be on site here in Louisville with dozens more in D.C. Doug.
Alex, let's talk about the government shutdown. You know, it seems that every elected leader since yesterday, really late yesterday in the late news conference we had, has been asked about this and its possible impact. That came up again today. What did you hear?
Been impacted by this government have been able to work and to do all their investigations with the staff that they need. So they said they have not been impacted and they don't foresee to be impacted through this local investigation. And on that same vein, we heard from Governor Andy Beshear earlier today too, and he was asked if he's been in contact with President Donald Trump, and he said at this point he's not been in contact, but he has received the assistance that he needs as he has declared this a state of emergency. Doug.
Alex, thank you very much. Live at the airport tonight. Now, continuing reaction coming in from different leaders across Louisville. From the Archdiocese of Louisville tonight, the Archbishop Shelton Fobb out with a statement saying, quote, "I invite you to join me in praying for the repose of the souls of those killed, the healing of those injured, and their families. Let us also pray for the first responders whose courageous actions we are grateful for in the face of tragedy." From the Archbishop tonight. By the way, looking ahead to tomorrow, Teamsters Local 89 is going to be holding a public candlelight vigil for those killed in the crash. You are invited to attend. The vigil will start at 5 p.m. tomorrow night at the Union Hall on Taylor Boulevard. You can see the Union Hall building right at the Waterston exit to southbound Taylor Boulevard. It sits right there. The Union Chaplain will lead community members in prayer for all of the victims beginning at 5 tomorrow night. It's Louisville's first major aviation disaster. Next, our Focus investigator Travis Breeze coming along on the night team, looking at records that show the UPS jet was grounded for 6 weeks due to maintenance. What do they mean? It's on the night team, coming right up.
And it was a sunny, warm, and windy day across Kentucky, Anna. We made it up to 72 degrees in Louisville. We do have a big blast, though, of Arctic air on the way by the end of the weekend. I'll let you know just how low those temperatures will drop coming up in our 7-day forecast. Here's a check of today's Kentucky Lottery jackpots. Mega Millions, $843 million. Powerball, $438 million.
The Kentucky Lottery, funding education for over 1 million Kentucky students.